Hello, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to some proper winter conditions.
Was it not?
I think it's about -2 when we got out of the car.
Very cold, very cold.
I don't think we're going to do very well defrosting bait today, but we'll give it a shot. So we're up on fishing Bog Hall, Northumberland, just top end of Linemouth Beach. I don't really want to talk about conditions because the last time we've totally jinxed it. So.
Every time. So, there. Just mime it.
Yeah, but we've got probably a bit of a dying northerly. It's still probably rolling 4 or 5 foot at times.
It's a heavy residual swell coming through, isn't it?
Aye.
So yeah,
loads of colour. I mean, there's a lot of colour around here anyway due to Linemouth being a cold beach, but you can barely see, even in the pools where it's still, you can barely see 6 inches. So it is bright today, which isn't ideal, but you never know. Hopefully there's something in. We've got 4 lads to our right fishing more or less off the front. We're casting into the square hole to start with. A little bit tricky, isn't it, with these rocks?
Yeah, you got to place your cast quite well just to get through the gaps, really. But well, yeah, it is what it is, isn't it?
It is, aye. Hopefully we'll have the challenge of getting a big fish and dealing with it.
Yeah.
But we'll see. So what you got on bait wise?
Bait, I've just gone straight peeler crab, frozen crab. Just simple pulley rig, nothing flash, simple, easy components, expecting tackle losses, so there's nothing jazzy about it at all.
Yeah, same. I've just gone pulley rig, 7-ounce lead, rotten bottom. I've put a bit of wing and squid on, and a couple of lug as well. So we've got every chance. Good conditions. A few people about, so hopefully there's something about.
Yep.
Great. I think what I'm going to do first cast. Got some lovely lugworm from AD Tackle, Wall's End. Blow a lug and get some of those on. I think I'm going to put. It's about -2 at the minute. So what chance I've got a bait defrosting? We'll find out. Fortunately the wings are already quite soft anyway because they've got salt in them, so not so much of a problem, but a couple of crab out just to, well, say defrost, I'm not sure. I'll have to put them in salt water to defrost, I think. It's proper winter's morning this morning. I haven't fished in these conditions for quite a few years, to be honest. Just managed to get a hook straight at my finger, so that was a good start. A little bit of lugworm juice will sort that out, I'm sure. It's been a few years since I fished this mark, Bog Hall. There's about 4 lads to our right as well. I think they're looking to get off the front, but we've just decided if we can to try and cast in between some of these rocks and get into the square hole. Quite a nice sort of residual northerly swell. There's tons of colour in the water, but to be honest, at this place there usually is, because Linemouth's a cold beach, so it's always really, really dirty, the water. So hopefully that'll work to our advantage. But it's an absolutely cracking winter's morning. Right, get these rigs baited up, see if we can fire one out. A few rocks in front of us, so it is a little bit dodgy, but right, just keep me. I've got a 7-ounce sinker there, so I'm hoping that's going to hold bottom, but I've just got to keep my line above these rocks. Gary and I were just saying if we get a good fish, it is going to be a bit tricky, but we'll just have to take our chances. If we can get onto this next reef, it mightn't be so bad, but we'll just have to see.
Today, like I say, I'm just keeping it quite simple, really. So basically, just a basic pulley rig, just a generally clip down. I'm going to go pennel, probably a bit dodgy here with 2 hooks, but we're going to give it a go. I'm alternating baits. First one I've had out is crab. And this bait I'm just going to put out now. All I'm doing is just basically a whole squid, and then just up the back of it I've just put a good strip of card up the back of it like that. Yeah, I'm going to use that pennel, so I've got a 3/0 on the front, and then also just a small size 1/0 on the top, and basically just as a bait stop really. I'm just going to, just a couple of wraps on this one, just straight through. Just pull it tight, and there we have it.
Just had an absolutely cracking bite. Yep, got it. Doesn't feel a bad one. This is a decent fish, this. Oh, I just need to get it up over those rocks. This is going to be tricky, this, like. There's a ledge. That's going to be the... It's going to be the danger. Yep. Oh. Well, superb. First cast, nice fish, probably must be nudging 5, something like that. Oh, I was worried I wasn't going to get him, but managed to get him. Get in. Get in. Oh, finally, decent fish in daylight. That nearly pulled the rod tip over that. God, your heart's racing. Oh, that was proper squeaky bum time, that, but he's absolutely nailed that bait. Oh, I'm over the moon with that. That's the best fish I've had in a long time during the daylight. Get in. And just shows there, rotten bottom fully in progress. I've lost the sinker, but got the fish. We'll get him unhooked, get him weighed. Gary's just weighing it.
5/4.
5/4. Nice. Happy with that. Right. Over the moon with that, I must say. Let's get this next bait out. If there's one, there's got to be more. Nearly lost me rod there. Definitely fish about. Lad up there's just pulled one in as well. I don't know if you could see that. So there's a few fish around. Got a knock? Oh, yep, definitely was. Gary's just had a decent bite there. Fish on? Yep. Gary's got a fish. What's that? He's coming? Yep. Yes, well done. Well done.
So, little codling there. That was just on squid and carp. I was just about to bring it in actually, because it's been out a while. I was standing talking to David Green, lost track of time. I thought that's been out for half an hour, that. And boom, there it went. And there you go, just a little cuddle. Fortunately, this just took this right down. So I don't know whether this little fella's going to go back, but we'll have a go.
Very.
Mr. Rockland. It's not a bad Rockland, him actually. Oh well. Fish is a fish.
Not what I wanted. I think David might be winning up and down.
So as you can probably see, Gary's pulling his gear through. The one problem with this area is that, or this mark, is that you've got quite a few ledges in front of you, so it makes getting fish in and just getting your gear back generally very tricky. But thankfully, Gary seems to have negotiated that and got it back. A little bit of weed there, but he's got everything back. I think he was worried he was going to lose some braid, so that's a bit of a result. Now, what I'm doing here, I'm just preparing another wing squid and lug bait. It's got half a nice lumpy bit of wing there. I'm just going to bind it on quite gently. Then I'm going to take a nice big blow lug, followed by another one. I'm just going to bind those up one side of it, and then what I like to do, because there's a bit of length to them, it's just, you can just fold them back over. So I'm just taking that lug, doubling it back, so that's down one side, and then on the other side I'm getting a bit of squid. I'm just going to lie that over the front of it like that, just so it gives you a little bit more life, because you can see that's quite a soft bait. What I might actually do is cut that bit and then just lay the next bit along there, and it just means your bait can just kind of like ooze out on the seabed rather than the tide just washing it out quickly, because there is a lot of movement here today. There'll be a lot of undertow out there because we're fishing into this what's called a square hole, and there's definitely a bit of depth to it. There's absolutely no white water at all, which is obviously a telltale sign of some shallower structure. So I'm just going to get that whipped up. Ooh, lovely, all over me coat. Not quite in me face, but not far off. 1, 2, 3, and that's a 4-row pennel. I'm going to get that right into the top of it. Seaweed off. Now we have proper winter cod bait, cod, lug and squid. 6-row on the bottom, 4 on the top. £50 amnesia snood. Let's hope we can pull another £5-pounder out. So, past week or so, I've been pimping my box a little bit. Finally brought it into the 21st century. The plastic on my box had snapped, and I think it's Tech Solutions sell these, which are absolutely ideal. Just a solid bit of stainless metal, so that's never going to go again. So that was the first one. Second one, which is a novelty for me, but I'm sure it's not for a lot of other people. Little Red Riding Hood glove there, because it's absolutely freezing. That's another Tech innovation. That sort of little ram to keep the lid open, which is really handy when it's windy. And also, Peter McFarlane very kindly subscribe at the channel, and hopefully you can see that there. Tackle trays, you can email them, tackletrays@gmail.com. Very kindly sent us 2 of these space savers, free of charge in the post. There's the second one. A few hooks, pliers, disgorger, a few rigs made up, bait elastic, so really handy, really pleased with it. So thanks very much, Peter, and thanks very much to Dave at Tech. Really happy with the new additions. Well, I've just had a really annoying occurrence. I was just looked away from me rod. I was about 3 seconds away from picking it up. It's just all gone over, slammed into the rocks. And the second ring up, the inner's come out of it, and it's quite sharp, that, so I'm not sure if that's potentially going to be the end of my session, but we'll find out in a minute. I could think of a selection of swear words to use, but I'll not. Yeah. That, I'm afraid, is session over, because it's just cut straight through me braid. That is a real gutter. That, ladies and gents, much to my frustration, and I use that word very lightly, is the end of my session, because that ring, the inside of it there, is pretty sharp. As soon as I've put any pressure on it, it's just pinged me braid, so it's a pity, because the tide's just going to start turning. I was hoping to have another couple hours fishing, but looks like I'm going to be filming Gary for the next couple hours, so hopefully he can make up for it and pull something out, but I'm pretty devastated about that. Like, lovely day, great conditions, obviously a few fish about, but it's the first time in my life that's ever happened. Oh well, never mind. Another job for Stan. Hopefully he's got some availability. I'll have a cup of coffee. That'll make us feel better. Not. Really annoyed about that. Like, I couldn't care. I was probably 2 seconds away from turning around and grabbing the rod. It was just out of my reach and just slamming into the deck. All the years I've been fishing, I've never seen a ring pop like that. Not on any of the rods I've owned anyway. Well, never mind. What I'm definitely going to start doing from this day forward is putting a spare rod in the car, because I can tell you I'm pretty peed off. And it's probably also going to mean that I'm on filleting duty. Right, let's get this fella filleted. Tell you what, Gary's got a bit of weight on there. I don't know if he's got a load of weed or fish. Hopefully it's a fish. Well, I'm hoping this is a really big fish. But I've got a feeling it's a big lump of weed. Is it weed? Weed, unfortunately. Well, that's the end of the session. Hasn't been a bad
couple of
session. Couple of fish. First cast. 154. Couple of pounder for you and a rock.
Yeah.
So, hasn't been without its challenges though. My session was cut short due to my rod falling over, but that's life. I'll definitely be bringing a spare from now on. It's been canny enough for a day session, hasn't it?
It has. Aye.
It hasn't been as prolific as we thought it was based on the first couple of casts, but it's always nice to get a few fish during the day, so can't complain. Tide's starting to push now, so I think we're going to have to get off and hopefully go and watch England win. What's your prediction for the score?
Well, like I said earlier, I think England's going to have to put 3 goals past France to win, because I think there's a certain individual who'll definitely put the ball in the net if they let him. So,
yeah,
but,
definitely.
Well, we'll see.
Well, hopefully they get through, and I suppose by the time this video is out, we'll know what the score was. But anyway, as always, thanks for watching. Tight lines, keep fishing. We'll see you on the next one.
See ya.
Right, well, I can tell you, you start getting your hands wet. It's a reminder of how cold it is out here today. Let's get this fella filleted. I'll tell you what, there's some meat on him. I like to just angle the knife so you can just feel the backbone, take it, and I don't go all the way through on the first one, and the reason is, if you've still got the other fillet on, it's a lot easier to handle a fish, in my view. Good God. Well, my hands are so freezing, but cold air definitely kept Mr. or Mrs. Cod nice and fresh. Certainly no doubt about that. Look at that. Look at the line on that. Absolutely superb. Not seeing one worm in him either. And then this is why it's easier. Just take your tail off. Right in at the backbone. Yeah, I've been a little bit overzealous with the knife, hence the blood, but never mind. That'll come out. Now I have 2 absolutely superb fillets of winter cod. Rinse off in salt water, and the interesting bit, let's see. Oh God, my knees. In you go. Let's have a look at what he's been eating. Oh, look at that. God, it's basically full, that. He's not long been in there. You can even see the spines right in the back of his gills. What else has he been eating? Right. Small edible crab. He's not been in there long either.